So I had a best of three against my good friend Diana Bros, and I thought I'd share it. It was really fun, and I just want to show you guys what it was. So it's game one, and we're just gonna start, and I hope you enjoy it. So as you can see, clip. It's going to hunt the 3 games, so you get 3 full games of best of 3 action. This is game 1. And I led Porygon 2 Tapu Koko, and she led Mudsdale plus Porygon 2. So it's a horse, and Mudsdale's a really cool Pokemon. I wish I could try it more, but can't fit it on this team, sadly. But do have a team I need is Mudsdale. I think it's cool. I get the special attack increase. She gets the special attack increase as well because this is a special attack increase lead team. Like lead core, as I kind of have learned. And I decided I want to switch on Tapu Fini because I don't want to take a high horsepower, and Fini can threaten Mudsdale. I've been trying Fini out more, and I like it a lot. And I'm going to get an Ice Beam off into Mudsdale. Does a lot of damage. No freeze because of the Misty Surge. And it will give Mudsdale a +1 stamina increase. And shield to the Toxic, which Porygon 2 won't be taking any damage from due to the Misty Search. Just helpful. And Fini takes a heavy slam in return, but it doesn't do too much. I was okay with that damage. And Fini will help with the leftovers recovery. She decides to withdraw Mudsdale, which I thought was cool, and switch in Koko. So not wanting to take. So if I want for a not want to take a Muddy Water, and Koko can take Muddy Water, and T-Bow does a lot to Fini, I decided I want to set up a Calm Mind, which is really cool. Fini can set up the free Calm Mind, and that will help me out because I can get increased damage with my Muddy Water and my Moonblast. I decided I want to go for the Ice Beam of Porygon into it. That's over half to the Koko, and she gets the Toxic off into P2. So Porygon 2 will take toxic damage, and that's cool. So Fini will get leftover recovery, and I got a free Calm Mind off for taking no damage, but I will have to watch out for a Thunderbolt because that will be a lot of damage, and I don't want to take that. She decides to just go for the straight Protect. I was okay with that, and I get a Muddy Water off that is, I think it connects to Porygon 2. Yeah, it does. I know I've been lucky with my Muddy Waters lately, but Porygon 2 will take a decent amount of damage, and I'm able to get a Tri-Attack into Porygon 2. And Ice Beam into Fini. Fini will not enjoy the hit. Not enjoy the hit at all, not one bit. So that's gonna be toxic damage. Gonna heal off a little bit. Do a little bit. P2 won't enjoy that, and that's gonna be a Volt Switch in Porygon 2. It's gonna do a lot of damage. Koko will. I don't know a lot. There's a decent amount. Koko takes Life from Coil, and she goes into a rack with it, which is a spider, which is cool. That's Arachnoid VGC term is a spider, and that's gonna be a Muddy Water. Gonna do a decent amount. It's +1 into Porygon 2. Mudsdale, for a not very effective hit, Mudsdale took a decent amount, and that's a Toxic into my Fini. So Fini isn't enjoying that, and that's cool. That Toxic damage, and that's gonna be a Tri-Attack into the Porygon 2. I believe it barely misses a KO, but that was a burn, which is really unfortunate, as Fini is going to get leftover recovery. So it goes from 124 to 135 and drops all the way down to 104. So the leftover cancels out Toxic. And Porygon 2 takes a lot of toxic damage in return. And Porygon 2 from her is going to take burn damage. And that's not going to be cool at all. She is going to bring out Tapu Koko. Alright. I will have to worry about a Volt Switch. Yeah, the Volt Switch into the Tapu Fini. That's going to do a lot of damage, but because of the Calm Mind, I am luckily able to take that hit. And it's going to be a switch out into the Mudsdale. And that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. And Tapu Fini will take a Moonblast. It will Moonblast the Araquanid. I can't speak. And that's going to be a Tri-Attack into the Mudsdale. It's going to be a neutral hit, but does a lot of damage. No status ailment. and that's gonna must still get a defense boost due to this stamina ability, and Porygon 2 will take a liquidation. So that's cool. Porygon 2 faints, and I'm okay with that. It's Porygon 2's, it's been helping out. And I believe I brought out Coco. I think I did. And that's gonna be a lot of poison damage. Infinity's gonna faint next turn, sadly. Yeah, I brought out Coco. Cause I trusted my top. I trusted Coco. And Araquanid will take Araquanid will go for the Protect. And that's gonna be a Dazzling Gleam. Do a decent amount. I was having a hard time. Thought I could discharge, but I didn't trust it. I don't want Mudstale to get a high horsepower into Coco. And I just decided that Dazzling Gleam will knock out the Mudstale, and I can get a Muddy Water off, although in hindsight Moonblast would have been a much more effective hit. Infinity will get Leftovers recovery, but that's not going to be enough. Because, like I said, Toxic will take it out. It's Leftovers did help. I think it bought Infinity one more turn, I believe, to kind of help out. But overall, it didn't mean anything. And I bring out my Garchomp. She brings out her Coco. And there wasn't much that could happen this turn, so I was able to win game 1. Not much that having Garchomp. That can be a Dazzling Gleam. I'm not too worried about that. That can be a lot of damage to these two. As I'm gonna take Life Orb Recoil, but I can get a free discharge, and that's gonna kind of seal everything up. And that is game 1. I did manage to win game 1. So that was cool. One more and I win this set. But like I said, this went to 3 games. So game 2 is really interesting. And you'll get to see how that works in just a second as I pull it up. This works out in my favor. Yep, we're going to pull up game 2. This was game 2. So I think talking about what happened after game 1, I let Coco P2 and I decided that Finny plus P2 is going to be much more helpful, and she responds with Araquanid plus Mudstale instead of the Araquanid plus Coco. We're just going to hop right into that, and we're going to see how it works. And I tried to bring the same 4. And I switched up the music, because I don't know why, I just thought it'd be fun. And I bring out P2 plus Finny, like I said earlier, and she leads Coco plus P2. Oh, I read that wrong. I 100% read that wrong because I'm so used to I'm used to fixture and where the Mons would be more towards the Mons would be more toward like that way. I kind of have to use the wrong hand gesture because of video. I'm not sure, but you get it was convenient. And I'm gonna get the we got the special attack increase. She got the attack increase, and I threw a Volt Switch into Finny. Do a lot of damage. Finny took a lot of damage that turn. And it's gonna be a free switch into the I think Araquanid. Yeah, Araquanid. Because the Araquanid feels safe. I don't have Thunderbolt on my Finny. I'm pretty sure that Diana knows this 100%. Can confirm because I don't have Tri-Attack and Ice Beam. But she's not Tri-Attack, Ice Beam, and you would have still recovered in Trick Room. And if you were still not then, congratulations, you're correct on that one. And that's gonna be a +1 Tri-Attack into Araquanid. Araquanid's still not gonna enjoy that. That does over half, and it gets the free Trick Room. And I'm gonna get a little bit of Leftovers recovery. Gonna heal me up to 92, but that is gonna be the V move. It can be the water type V move with a really cool dance. I'm trying out at the commentate, and I'm hoping I'm doing a good job. And Araquanid gonna be on the Araquanid. That is her character look, and that is gonna be the Hydro Vortex. I thought it was in the P2, but it's Infinity. I wasn't sure if I can knock out. Maybe if that was off his Scald or something, it would, but that's the liquidation, and that's gonna knock out my Finny. And right away I lose my Finny, and I get a chance to do anything with his boost, and that's gonna be an Ice Beam. Do a decent amount, no status ailments because of the ability surge, and I get a Tri-Attack into her Porygon 2. I think I went for the Moonblast in Araquanid. Yeah, I did. And if I remember this play correctly, I went for the Protect with Coco, and oh no, I didn't. I thought I did. I don't remember why, but I lived on 5, and that's gonna be a Toxic which meant that I was able to do a lot of damage. Did I reverse the Trick Room? I know I should have. Yeah, I reversed Trick Room. And that's going to be really nice. I'm going to be able to bring out my Garchomp. And I believe, yeah, I went for the Protect. I'm not exactly 100% sure why. Yeah, that's buff's still Y Guard. Can't remember exactly why. I'm trying to remember. I played Ted's Battle a couple hours from to record this, so yeah, that's cool. Gonna be free recover. Maybe I went for the try attack into the Araquanid. Yeah, I did. Oh no, I didn't. I went for it into Porygon. And I just went for my Z move. And to her Porygon to knock it out. Please tell me I did that. That would actually been smart. The one thing I was afraid of is the overkill where she switches in Coco into Tectonic Rage. Yeah, I did into Porygon too. It's gonna do a lot of damage. Please, it should knock out. Yeah, it does. This Porygon 2 is bulky, but it can't take it from that range. And that's gonna be a try attack into Araquanid. It almost knocked out, but that's gonna be a liquidation into Garchomp. And that put me into a losing position because that means I'm not in Dazzling range. And because I'm not in Dazzling range and she grew out Coco, I'm in Dazzling range to affect to a Dazzling but I can't Trick Room because of Araquanid. I only real play was to knock out the knock out P2 with a try attack. Knock out a Araquanid with a try attack. And then hope whatever's in the back is good enough for me. Which I do knock out a Araquanid with a try attack. And she brings in Mudsdale. And I was able, and I'll lose my Garchomp to a Dazzling range. If it wasn't in Dazzling range, that would have been cool because I can get the Tectonic Rage and I would have been in a better position. But I'm able to get a try attack off in the Coco, which knocks it out. Which you'll see in a second. Yep, try attack into the top of Coco. I'm gonna take it out, and if Mudsdale just goes for a close combat. Mudsdale just goes into a close combat, and that knocks it out. Because if it wasn't able to knock off for me, I would have been able to get an Ice Beam off, which was my only saving rate at that point. And like I said, this is a game 3. And so I brought the exact same 4 Pokemon all this time. She switches, she leaves Kartana plus P2 into Coco Chomp from me. And switching out Kartana for Tapu Koko. We can see how this works, and we just gotta talk about it. I'm gonna get straight into this game. And once again, I switch up music. So 3 games, 3 songs for your enjoyment, which is cool. So yeah, I'm gonna lead Chomp plus Coco into Kartana Porygon 2. And I wasn't sure exactly what was gonna happen. I was a little afraid at this point. And she gets the special attack increase because that's the way this lead works. It's the most common one because I haven't changed my Garchomp EV spread to the new one I like because I'm still waiting to get that taken care of. And I go for a Thunderbolt into the Porygon 2. Does about half, just like over half, like just over the half of that threshold. And that's the Leaf Blade into Tapu Koko. Just out of like 4 recoil. And I wish I went for the Fire Fang into Coco because that Finny sound like Dragon Claw. Because the damage attack doesn't do much, so Fire Fang is absolutely better. It's gonna be an Ice Beam into Garchomp. Knocks it out because I'm not bulky enough to take that. And Leaf Blade into Peak into Coco. So this is really bad because I'm already down 2-4. Porygon 2 is relatively healthy and it can easily recover. Kartana that +1, and I decided to bring out Finny. I bring out my last 2 mons in Finny and Porygon 2, hoping that I can somehow get a saving grace off this. I was hoping for the special attack increase. I do get a special attack increase, and I am able to reverse the terrain. And as like I said, she didn't bring Coco in game 3, so you got I have full terrain control. and she brings out a equity. And I'm at +1, so she goes to recover. She's gonna heal Porygon 2, essentially up to full. Gonna heal it very much healthier, and it is at full HP. And I just go for a Tri Attack. Gonna go into Araquanid, and that's a Muddy Water. Araquanid does avoid it. Porygon 2 avoided it. That was unfortunate. So Muddy Water biting me in the back. That's gonna be a liquidation. The Hydro Vortex again into the Araquanid. Gonna be again into the Araquanid. Can do a lot of damage. Porygon 2, they're gonna enjoy that. And that's gonna be another Ice Beam into Porygon 2. They do a lot of damage. I hang on with 18 barely, but it's the only problem is that I couldn't pick up the K on Araquanid because Muddy Water wasn't in range and I couldn't protect the stalling out. That was really awkward. So it was really awkward because once that dude dropped his accuracy, which is really cool, but Araquanid could just liquidation. Araquanid can just easily hit the liquidation, and that's gonna be an Ice Beam. I avoid it, which is nice, and I'm able to Moonblast. Which is really nice, and that's really cool. I'm gonna reverse the Twisted Dimension, and that's gonna be a Kartana. And I can't do this because I can't knock it out easily. I can Moonblast it, which is pretty sweet, but I can't knock it out. I'm gonna faint to a Leaf Blade. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it. It's gonna go for the Leaf Blade. But I hang on with 1, which was really nice. That was very much a roll, and I missed the Mustang. So game 3, I didn't have anything for the Trick Room matchup. So if I had something for the Trick Room if I actually improved my Trick Room matchup by either bringing, because I had my last 2 months were Celesteela and Muck, because I didn't bring those. Maybe for my Celesteela this could have changed anything, but I was worried about the Coco, and maybe I could have switched Finny for P2. Yes, about it. I do lose this game 3, which means I do lose the set, sadly, but this was a really fun game against Diana, so I want to thank Diana for agreeing to this, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll leave her Twitter in the description below. You can follow her on Twitter, which is really cool. She's a really awesome person, and I will see you guys next time with the next upload, whatever that is. So thank you, and